What terrible thing did your sibling do to make them dead to you? My brother and I were close when we were kids. Not inseparable, but the kind of close that happens when you grow up sharing a room, fighting over the remote, covering for each other when one of us missed curfew. He was 2 years older and had a way of charming people. Teachers, coaches, girlfriends. He always landed on his feet, even when he didn't deserve to. I think I used to admire that about him, how nothing seemed to stick. Our mom died when I was 16. It wasn't sudden. We had a year of hospital visits and treatments and quietly avoiding conversations we didn't want to have. My brother was away at college by then, only a couple hours, but he barely came home. He always had an excuse: finals, a new job, some girl. I told myself it was how he coped, that not seeing it meant it didn't feel as real. I carried most of it with Dad: doctor appointments, laundry, cleaning up after chemo. At the funeral, my brother gave a speech that made people cry, talked about Mom's strength and her laughter. He barely looked at me. After she passed, he came home more often. Not to help, but because he needed things. He took some of her jewelry to hold on to it for sentimental reasons. Took a few hundred from Dad's wallet one night. Dad noticed, but said nothing. He's grieving too, he told me. I just nodded, but it settled like a rock in my stomach. When Dad had his first stroke 3 years later, it all came apart. I was 21, living at home, working and helping take care of him while finishing school part-time. My brother showed up that week with a notary and paperwork, said it was just in case anything happened to Dad. I didn't know enough about legal stuff to push back, but it felt off. Dad recovered, at least enough to walk and talk again, though slower, and never quite the same. My brother didn't visit after that, said he couldn't handle seeing Dad that way. What he could handle was using the power of attorney to start draining accounts. I didn't find out until the mortgage company called about a missed payment. Dad thought I was handling it. I thought he was. Turns out my brother had restructured some accounts and left bills unpaid. When I called him, he was cold, said I was overreacting, that it was family money and he had every right. The worst part wasn't the money. It was when I caught Dad crying at the kitchen table one morning holding a bank statement and just whispering, "He stole from me." That was it. That was the moment something cracked. I confronted my brother again, this time in person. He came home for Thanksgiving like nothing had happened, bringing some girl he'd been dating for 2 months. I didn't yell. I just laid out the paperwork, the unpaid bills, the missing insurance money. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Well, you're the one living in the house. Don't act like you haven't benefited." I told him to leave. He didn't come back, not for Christmas, not when Dad died the following spring. He texted me the day after the funeral. "Sorry to hear about Dad. Hope the house sells for a decent price." I didn't reply. That was 5 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I hear things through cousins. He moved to Arizona, got married, has a kid now. Every once in a while, I wonder if he tells people he has a brother. I wonder what version of the story he gives them. The one where I'm the bitter sibling who cut him off for no reason, or the one where he was just doing what was fair. I don't care anymore. He stopped being my brother the day he made our dying father feel like a burden and then profited from it. There's nothing left to say.